Alright, pressure washing, chemical wash section. So we run our chemicals out of 5-gallon buckets. So what you would do is you would fill up your 5-gallon bucket to the 5-gallon mark line, which would be the heaviest line there at the top. That's the 5-gallon mark. You take your water out. We use Simple Green house and siding cleaner for our normal washes. We pre-mix them out, so you'll have one of these in the truck with you, or just make sure you make one for the day. Go ahead and give that a pour in. And with your chemical injector, you could just give that a little mix, make sure that's all mixed up. You'll mix it a couple more times just to make sure nothing settles. Give that a little mix, and then tap the injector to make sure no bubbles get stuck in there. Rinse with the chemical rinse setup is you have to connect the injector. So you normal hook up the hose to the washer, counterclockwise turn on that nozzle. Then you quick connect the injector first, and then you quick connect the pressure hose. So the injector goes in between the machine and the hose. When you're gonna do your chemical wash, you'd go ahead and leave the injector in the bucket like that, but when you first start, you got to take it out so that soap doesn't come through the system. So then you work in 15 to 20 foot sections or so, and you rinse down the house, because the house needs to be kind of wet when you apply the chemical wash, so that it works as efficiently as possible. On a normal chemical wash, we'd go ahead and just rinse the house down, get off any kind of debris that might be on there, get off that level of dirt that's just chilling on there. You can see that dirt moving down the side of the garage door there. You just want to get that surface stuff off. Then you put your chemical injector back in the bucket. Get that water flowing. Then what you do is you change on your nozzle, you change it from the 25, which is our normal rinse, to the soap side. Then you need to let the water run through just for a minute so that the soap gets into the system. It's got a much softer, output than a normal pressure output is, so you can kind of see the soap going through there. That's just a little bit. You want it wide open, so there you go. You can see all of those bubbles, Then you go ahead and you put it up on the house. Get that soap on there. What we usually do, like I said, is you go in like 15 to 20 foot sections. So you'd rinse down this section right here, and you'd let it drip for a second, and you do the next section. But on a very dirty house, what we do is we get our brushes, and you'd have your assistant come up and give the stucco a little extra scrub. This is a really dirty house example. This house isn't too bad, but on a really dirty house, you'd do this, and it gives it just that extra bit of scrub, extra bit of dirt removal, loosens up anything that might be set in. He'd be doing that while you soap up the next section. Then you come back to the bucket, go ahead and remove that injector, switch from soap back to your 25, and then you just go ahead and rinse the whole house down. Get all that soap off. It's as simple as that. Easy systems, very effective. The first rinse gets rid of surface dirt. The chemical gets on there and kind of sit. You want to let it sit for a couple of minutes. Let it drip and kind of in there. That gets any kind of set in dirt. And then you rinse the rest of it off. It gives the house a little bit of a shine. Really turns out really nice. But that's a chemical wash.